Why? So you've been sitting in functional freeze for a year or more, or maybe decades. You've been hiding behind a wall of shame for whatever valid reason. You've been avoiding. You've been stuck in place as you've watched the world go by, as you've watched life happen to other people. But now, all of a sudden, something is shifting and you feel like you're ready to reattempt entering back into the world. I love that for you. That's a wonderful thing. And perhaps maybe you've heard some people tell you that this is going to be your spiritual awakening, that you're about to bloom, and this is about to be a blissful experience. Well, they're not entirely lying. But the brutal truth here is, after years of dormancy and avoiding, re-entry into the world is violent, it's brutal, it's not pretty. And if you go into this expecting an immediate glow up, I promise you, you will run straight back into the hole that you came out from. But this time, you go in deeper. So before you even do anything, here are 8 brutal truths that you must reckon with before you attempt your re-entry into the world. 1, you need to be aware that the world you left behind is not the same world that you're returning to. Things have changed. The world is even more noisy, more anxious, more dysregulated, more dysfunctional than you left it. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the hypervigilance that you naturally feel and instrumentalize it as a calibrated response to the dysfunction of the society. What I mean by this is that you will take your hypervigilance and discern what aspects of society are even worth rejoining. You need to do this, otherwise you will get overwhelmed. Because you have no natural way of being right now, your first months of re-entry will have to be about performance. You will have to mimic and copy people. And I know this sounds controversial, but stay with me. When you're away from the collective for far too long, you lose your social skills, you lose your social graces. That's a normal consequence. This is not a time to worry about being authentic. Every single rehearsal of authenticity that you did in front of the mirror before you left your house will fail you as soon as you go outside to the public. Do you know why? Because authenticity is emergent. It's not inherent. Authenticity comes from friction and contact with the world. It comes from friction and contact with other people. You can't get to know yourself in a bubble. You're an actor re-entering the stage after a lot of time away. Watch what people do and copy what you can. Accept that your social age does not match your chronological age. You will make mistakes that are appropriate for a child but humiliating for an adult. And that's okay. It's the price of re-entry. And unfortunately, there is no shortcut to bypass the stage. You're simply going to have to be the weirdo for a little while just so that you can get to the other side. It is what it is. Now, while you're doing all of this, I need you to protect the void. The void here is the absence. It's the gap. It's all the blank spots in your past that you have no explanation for, or at least no explanation that you can give to another person and they will understand. People who have constantly been in contact with society and people and all of that, they have a coherent story. They have a story that connects their yesterday with their today and their future. This is something that you don't have because you've been away. You've been dormant. Your timeline is very fragmented. You realize that you don't just lack a history. You lack the internal thread that makes you a person in time and space. And that's normal. Don't perceive that as a dysfunction. Don't go and diagnose yourself with NPD or BPD. No, it's just normal. You've been away. And there is no way to fix what I'm talking about right now until you have lived, until you have shown up. But while you do all of this, resist the urge to volunteer information about your time away. Because not a lot of people deserve that kind of access to you. And not only that, they won't understand it the way that you do. Not everyone deserves to see you finish like that. Learn how to lie. If you're asked about your time away, just come up with a vague response. Lie and dismiss it with a smile. Whatever you do, do not invite pieces to yourself by telling your story. Because the truth is right now, you don't even fully understand it. Some stories can only be understood in retrospect. So go out there first and live your life. Every other thing about your past will fall into place eventually. And this one, I'm about to say, expect people to clock you. People are going to clock your tea. People are going to notice your hesitation. People are going to notice your lack of flow. Because like I said, you've been away. You're awkward now. And they will react with pity or avoidance or confusion or complete aversion. And that one hurts. I know this hurts. I've experienced it before. But this is a way that you can reframe that feeling. See that kind of reaction from people as data. Now, what do I mean by this? When you were in the trenches, when you were in your black hole and hiding, you felt comfortable, didn't you? You felt comfortable building fantasies in your head. No one was seeing you. There was no friction. You felt at ease. Well, you felt all of those things because you were not out in the open. But now you're out in the open. You're doing the good work. You're finally engaging with the outside world. Consider everything, every reaction that you get from people as data, as confirmation that, yes, finally I'm outside. Finally, I'm being seen. Finally, I'm being perceived as a human being. Their physical reaction or their aversion is confirmation that finally you are now in the world instead of hiding from it. Because at the end of the day, being seen as off and a weirdo is a massive upgrade from being invisible and unseen. Now, everybody talks about rewiring their subconscious and their brain and their mind and all of that, but you need to realize something. Rewiring your brain and your mind actually requires some high stress friction. Rewiring will feel like humiliation. There is no way around it. I've been there. I'm doing it right now. To create a new neural pathway in your brain, you need to do something you are bad at in front of people while your brain screams, stop, stop, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You're not gonna die. Every time you have a social interaction with people and you don't perish, your brain is now forced to impute a new data contradicting the old stories that you used to rerun in your subconscious. Your brain is forced to record a data point that contradicts your fear. You don't need intelligence or resonance. You need high volume of low-stake failures. Your brain and mind chemistry can only change when it's being proven wrong by physical evidence. The feeling of readiness will always start with action. And you must force your body into a feared environment, even as your mind is screaming, stop, don't do it, stop, don't do it. I promise you, you will not perish. You will be just fine. Understand that the transformation that you're about to undergo will affect your relationships. You're going to lose people, and you need to be okay with that. As you stop hiding, you stop being able to fit into the old spaces that you occupied for people. Some people love the hidden, accommodating, shame-filled version of you because you were easy to manage. A will resist the person that's emerging. I can tell you that for a fact. You need to be ready for this. And half the time, it won't be from malice. They just don't know any better. People are people, and people are wired to extract from anyone who is easy and accommodating. So when they resist your growth, let them, leave them, grieve them, and then keep going. Now, as you attempt to go back into the world, remember one thing. Your shame is going to lie to you. The bad objects in your head will say to you, look, everyone is looking at me. Everyone is laughing at me. You're not that important to them. Ouch. I know. No one really cares about you like that. If they did, we wouldn't be where you are right now. Facts. Most people are too self-absorbed with their own lives to notice yours. It's a harsh truth, but it's also very liberating. Right now, you're invisible. Right now, you're small to people. But guess what? You can use this to your advantage. Because if people are not checking for you like that, if people are not looking your way, then what do you have to lose? What are you ashamed about? Whose gaze is really stopping you if no one is looking? Use that invisibility to your advantage. Fail and learn out in the open. No one cares. And who cares even if anyone is looking? Because the voice in your head wants to keep you small and frozen, and the other half of the voice wants you dead. But there is a you in there that is bigger than all of these voices. Listen to that voice. Now, here is the final trade and the final points. The pain of re-entry is worse than the pain of hiding. Hiding is easy. Staying in your bedroom to build intricate fantasies where you're finally someone in your head. It's soothing, it's exciting, even as it slowly kills you. But you see, living out in real life is harder and it's harsher and it's much more insulting to your ego. Friction with reality is brutal, but you need to remember one thing. You are trading the dull ache of a wasted life for the sharp, stinging pain of an active and lived one. This is the trade. You gotta choose. Which one is more beneficial to you? You need to accept that the discomfort that you feel when you finally step back into the world is not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's a sign that finally your nerves are coming into contact with something that is worth experiencing. And that something is life. You're alive. Of course, it's going to feel uncomfortable after years of playing dead. And that's it. Those are my 8 brutal truths to reckon with. There is no version of this where the re-entry feels gentle or dignifying or reaffirming. I have none of that for you because I've experienced this. I'm still experiencing it. I'm still in it. There is no ceremony waiting for you because you finally broke your freeze or your thaw. Nobody's saying you. There is no reward for doing the work, only the reward that you give yourself. You either accept the pain of contact with the real world, or you accept the slow pain of rotting away while you hide. You have to choose one. And if you're uncomfortable with everything I'm saying, then that's a good sign because it means that now you're negotiating with reality and not with fantasy. Don't wait to feel ready or healed or authentic. Those sensations are downstream effects from living. Your only job right now is to keep showing up even if you feel bad at it. Your job is to let friction recalibrate your nervous system. Let repetition build your sense of self. That's how people come back from freezing and hiding and shame. Now go forth into the world. Go and reclaim your life. Good luck.